What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Card. Today we have to take on Thunder Steve, or whatever the heck his name is. So, we don't want to use our Rain Dance deck for that, even if it is called Squirtle and Friends. So, we want to switch to the Haymaker deck that I prepared beforehand. And let's get this party started. No, I don't want to prepare. I'm good. So, the Haymaker deck is basically all about coming out of the gate swinging and doing as much damage as possible in the early game to try and eke out, well, possibly finish the game quickly, or if not, then to just kind of try and gain an advantage early on. It's very different from the Rain Dance deck in that regard, just in that it's less about like cycling through your deck and getting all the cards you need and kind of a calculated strategy long term in that way. The Haymaker deck is all about the upfront, nitty gritty kind of do what needs to be done, play dirty, all that jazz. Now, this isn't really an ideal setup, and this is not an ideal situation. Scyther is probably the weakest Pokemon in this deck for the early game. And it doesn't help that I don't have any grass energy in this deck. Wow, 30 damage? That's actually pretty good. Okay, well, abandon ship. Abandon the Scyther. He's no use to us. Or, I'll save it. Wait, how much? This guy has 70 HP? Okay. So yeah, Scyther's the worst starter for this deck. Ideally, you would want to start with Hitmonchan or Electabuzz, because both of them have attacks that they can use on turn 1, whereas Scyther takes 3 energy. I would say that he's easily the weakest link in this entire deck, but it's just something we're going to have to deal with. So, let's go like this. We use energy removal to weaken them, and the biggest difference in this deck between the biggest difference between this deck and the Rain Dance is in its trainers. Like I said, this deck is less about cycling through your cards to get what you need, and more about using its trainers to eke out small advantages wherever you can. Oh shoot, that's not good. Well, for now, I can use Special Punch and wear down the Zapdos a bit. This is actually a pretty bad situation. This is why I didn't go for a straight-up fighting deck, because Zapdos is resistant to fighting damage. So, ideally I would be using Scyther or possibly Electabuzz to take on the Zapdos, but I don't... This match is just not going my way so far, so we're just gonna have to do what we can for the time being. Okay, there's another Hitmonchan. Well, how should I do this? He's going to use probably Thunder... maybe Thunderbolt? I guess I'm just gonna have to see what he does, but for now, I just need to keep powering up this Scyther, because he's the best bet that I have against other, well, against Zapdos. An extra 10 damage isn't gonna do much. The question is, Scyther's probably, or this Hitmonchan is probably gonna end up dying. But the question becomes... See, the thing is, Hitmonchan has a high retreat cost. It's a retreat cost of 2, so the difference between him retreating and him dying in terms of wasted energy is not that big. And therein lies the problem. Remove that lightning energy. See if I can wear down Zapdos a little bit more. And in the meantime, power up my other Hitmonchan in the background. If I can get another fighting energy next turn, then things will be looking up. Aw, fighting energy. Or not fighting energy, rather. Should I retreat? Yeah. So in the interest of not having Hitmonchan die, I'm gonna send out Scyther, who's powered up. He can finish off Zapdos now. The nice thing about Scyther now is that he's got 0 retreat cost. So this should work out fairly well for me here. Good. Fighting energy. Stick that on my other Hitmonchan. Retreat Scyther. And that should be enough to take out the Jolteon in one shot. And now we're really going here. See, we got plus powers and defenders, which, well, do what you might expect. And that just kind of, as I said, demonstrates the what I was saying earlier about the basis of this deck is just all about giving your Pokemon as much advantages as you can. And you don't have to power up trainers, they're just always available. So you use them to give yourself as many advantages in the early game as you can to try and either take out all of their Pokemon, or at the very least give yourself an early advantage. It didn't really end up playing out that way, but I ended up to win, or I ended up winning either way. So it's all good. So now, I want to switch back to my Rain Dance deck. Might as well save, and that last match didn't end up taking too long, so I'm just going to keep on going. And this guy uses Articuno. We never saw the secondary Zapdos, like the other kind of Zapdos that the other guy can use, which is actually a little disappointing. It's a very interesting card. Oh shoot, I should have started with an Articuno. Oh, whatever. I was thinking that I would, like, stall or something, but... Okay, so when you put Articuno, flip a coin, it heads the defending... Oh, that's interesting. Wow. That's a very interesting Pokemon power. Okay, let's use this Pokeball. Tails. Darn it. Ice Breath. To one of your opponent's Pokemon chosen at random. That's strange. Don't want to get into a headbutt battle with this guy. For now, I guess I'll start powering up an Articuno. See, ideally what I would like to do is have Articuno be active and have Seal on the bench powering Seal up so that I can possibly use Dugong and get him up. I'm gonna save the energy removal for now. Seal's not especially dangerous, so... I just love these matches where I'm like starving for energy. They're my favorite. I love them so dearly. There's an energy. Wait, did he just scoop up his Articuno? Oh, because he can reuse the Pokemon power. That's an interesting strategy. It's a bit of a waste of a scoop up, especially in this situation, but, you know, whatever. Now, should I look for Seal or Squirtle? I guess we'll go Squirtle? Sure. I still don't have any water energy. Can't evolve yet. This is a pretty awkward situation. That's not good. Bill, okay. No water energy. Well, Pokemon Breeder, I can use that to evolve him to Blastoise. Might as well put that seal on the bench. Energy removal on the dugong. It's a computer search. I'm gonna search for a Professor Oak. Use Professor Oak. There's some water energy. And another energy removal, that's cool. Now things are starting to go my way. And that's what this deck is all about. Cycling through your deck to get the cards that you need to succeed. Another Professor Oak. Well, I don't need this Blastoise anymore. Let's use the Pokeball. Okay, search for a Dugong. Ball Seal. Play the Professor Oak. And now that I have two Blastoises, I don't have to feel guilty about discarding one of them. I'll start powering up that Articuno, but I'll hold on to the other water energy for now. I don't want to keep using, I don't want to use that build, because I don't want to do any more cycling through my deck. It's already getting quite low, and I'm only just pulling my first prize now. So, I gotta be pretty careful now. Even though this is kind of the deck's strength, I've put myself in an awkward position where, well, I've got everything I need, but now it's just a matter of, can I kill the opponent before I run out of cards, basically. Okay, so let's put another water energy on this Articuno and use Blizzard. That's unfortunate, but I think it was worth it to kill this Lapras in a single shot. Most of the guys on my bench have, all of them in fact, have a good amount of HP, so taking 10 damage isn't going to be a huge deal. I'm kind of worried about this Dugong though. Let's use Freeze Dry. Darn it. That's unfortunate. If I'd paralyzed him, I would have been in a much better situation, but... Oh, he scooped up his Articuno again. Oh, but didn't put it back down. That's interesting. What do I got? Send out Dugong. Dugong can kill this guy no problem. Dugong versus Dugong! Now, he doesn't have any energy on this Chansey, so he's basically just stalling right now. This guy's our own normal Articuno. It is nice being able to do 50 damage without having to worry about damaging your own bench, I will say. Articuno is really a kind of hit and miss card, to be sure. I scooped up his Chansey. That's smart. That removes all the damage counters from it, so it's a nice way of stalling a little bit. Let's get some energy up in here. I won't hold on to that one water energy just for now. Just in case. I don't want to put too much energy on my Blastoise just in case. It's really not worth putting 5 energy on Blastoise to do 60 damage when I have other Pokemon that can do 50 with less energy. How's my deck doing? 12 cards, okay. We're looking pretty good though. Only 2 prizes left to go, and this guy looks like he's pretty much running on empty at this point. Okay, so he's got another the same Articuno on his bench. Kill this Articuno. Sends out Chansey. Another Chansey. Okay, well, I've only got to kill one more Pokemon to bring it home. So, there's... I guess he could maybe stall some more, but he's used a bunch of scoop ups. I think 3? So he might have 1 left. Oh, switch. That'll also do it. Now if I had a gust of wind, that would be nice, but I don't have any of those in this deck. Even if he had a bunch of switches, there's only so much damage that he can take. 1, 2... Yeah. So if he does use switches, he's not going to be able to survive long enough. There's another switch. Articuno can take 1 shot. Okay, freeze dry. Fails. Even if it succeeded, I do have a full heal in my hand. Right, okay. Aurora Beam. Now all of his Pokemon are within 1 shot of dying. Okay, there's the Quick Freeze. That was a success. Not a big deal though. Freeze dry. That paralysis check goes entirely superfluous. And I will... Does it have any energy? No. Okay, full heal. And down he goes. That was pretty close. I was down to what, 4? 5 cards in my hand deck. Oh, well that was an interesting match. And I win. And next up is Rod. So, we will face Rod on the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Card. Catch you later.